Hello everybody, Gene here. Welcome back to another video. Today on our weather forecasting, very rare day 6, 30% severe weather probability for the sixth time in history. Since 2014, we've had only 30% on day 6, and this is one of them. 30% severe risk across mainly Oklahoma, but also gaining southern, south central Kansas and north central Texas. Right. This does have Oklahoma City, also Norman, Wichita follows on this as well. And in the general 15%, we have Fort Worth, Texas, Kansas City, Omaha, Tulsa, and also Arlington, Texas. The SPC is very aggressive with the wording today, and I don't judge them. This is a very significant situation ongoing, being shown by the models. I want to read especially the second paragraph here. The actual severe weather setup appears substantial. Air mass modification will ensue northward from Western Gulf on day 3. With multiple days to improve the low-level moisture profile amid well above normal surface temperatures and a pronounced elevated mixed layer. With the likely flow field amplification through the troposphere, all the ingredients appear present for a significant severe. They are saying significant severe on day 6. We are 5 days out. This is not normal from the SPC. The aerial uncertainty of the synoptic features is a primary limiting factor. We don't know where they are. GFS is a little bit more aggressive. All the other models are doing the same thing, but the GFS just it's just ain't loving it. For now, I have added a confined 30% highlight to indicate higher end potential in the most probable corridor, while broadening the previous 15% area. This 30% area, I do expect to see it upgrade, to see it bigger, extended by tomorrow, especially with the models today, what they are showing. Yeah, we have also the machines are getting it. On day 6, we have CPS SIPs based on GIFs having a 30%, and we have CSU based on the FE3 GIFs as well, just having a little bit different interpretation, more similar to the SPC. But yeah, the general idea is pretty much the same. Let's start off here with the Euro model, which is the one that pretty much all models are agreeing on. Just to say, we're starting here with the Euro. We're going to go through. This is the UKMet. No, this is Icon. GDPS, which is a Canadian model. UKMet, and at the end, we will be aiming for 18G GFS. Starting off here with the ECMWF. Today we just had a moderate risk, right? So you can see the trough that the brought or the moderate risk. Unsure if it verified or not. It looks like damaging wind wise it did. Flash flooding wise it did. Tornado wise it didn't, but okay. So I want to jump here into 0Z on the 15th, which is around 6 p.m. right on Sunday. You can see already a trough digging through the US, right? A little bit to the neutral, maybe a little bit more to the positive tilted side. But as it goes through the US, you can see it right here. It becomes to have a more of a negative tilted to. You can see here, and you can see as you go onward into 0Z of the next day of Monday, it will have a very well defined negative tilted trough. This is the painting shown here by the Euro model, right? The 12Z Euro model. Unfortunately, none of the features I don't have, but I can say from pictures that I saw on Twitter. The 850 millibar response, low level response is pretty strong. You can see the low level response is pretty strong here on the lower levels of the atmosphere. Here we have 50 knots, not almost going 45 degrees, which would favor, of course, if the solution were to happen, semi-discrete to discrete semi-discrete supercells, possibly with considering all the low level flow we have, considering tornadoes on the tail. If we look here at the surface response here very quick, we have a pretty substantial moisture response due to like 3 or 4 days without pretty much no activity in the lower levels of the atmosphere. Let me go here to the 12, and you see the trough that is going to bring more severe weather tomorrow in Ohio, but then just nothing, right? We don't see much weather activity, much upper air activity. and the moisture has almost 2 to 3 days to build up, and it will build up. And this run actually is a little bit more conservative, considering that the 0Z Euro model from today showed a 65, 67, maybe almost 70s up in Oklahoma, where we have that 30% CPU weather risk, right? Unfortunately, I don't have soundings because I don't have access to them. Unfortunately, I'm poor, and but yeah, in the sounding that I won't be able to find out better. I'm really sorry. But yeah, the sounding that I saw, we have very curved photographs. Unfortunately, I cannot show the photographs, but the photographs are very curved. You can see they are perfect. They almost loop in themselves. So yeah, we have a very significant photograph. The photographs are amazing. Of course, we're still 5 days out, but and there's a lot of change, but this is a very significant situation. We cannot look at much from the Euro model. Unfortunately, I'm poor, as I said before, but the cape is going to be around 2,000, 3,000 of cape, and the low level lapse rates around 6 to 7. 7 to actually some models showing 8, which is already very significant. Is already the Euro model is showing a textbook severe weather outbreak on planes, and it's really interesting to see the planes having at least a shot of severe weather this early on. As I mentioned before in the other videos of severe weather, the planes will have a chance mainly in May and June. But seeing an active trend on the planes by the 16th of April is a little bit concerning. This is the only one I'll be able to show from the Euro model, unfortunately, because I don't have much to show because I don't have Piper Weather Plus. Going to the second model we have today, we have the Icon, which is a German model created by Germany, and you can see already a little bit of a difference of the general position of the trough. Pretty similar, but and it's not going to change much. Very negative to the trough still. I don't think they would have a big time influence with our severe weather, especially with this low pressure system here that we have on the surface. Very well defined, very strong. Still, not as still 45-degree angle, which should be able to support that's the discrete semi-discrete supercells. The dew points here are also very significant. A significant moisture response here shown by the Icon. You can see a lot of moisture going very far up. 60s here just along the dry line here in Oklahoma. You can see already another difference. The Icon's a little bit faster, right, with the dry line. So yeah, this is very small changes that are going to they're not going to be probably significant. They're still bringing to a significant severe weather event, but these are probably going to be keeping a little bit like keep forecasts being a little bit more conservative, although probably they don't need to. There's a very clear sign being painted by the models. Let's look here at the mixed layer cape from the Icon model, and we have just along the dry line here 100 2000s, probably going to be more than that. Global models that like to go to do the cape, almost 2,000 joules per kilogram of cape here in Nebraska, but Nebraska is not going to be that interesting. It's going to be mainly soft plains like Oklahoma, also Kansas. And you're able to see here these 2000s borderline here in Oklahoma, showing a bigger instability measurement here, and just in the dry line. Dry line is going to be a little bit more to the west, right? Next model I want to show. Actually, let me show 700 millibar lapse rates here, which are pretty amazing. Honestly, 8.4 is already pretty good. Now, going to the GDPS, it's a Canadian model, right? And I want to go here once again to the 0Z on Tuesday, and it shows a little bit of a weaker exit region. Still negative to the trough. You can see the negative to the very northwesterly central, right? The central point of it is veering to the northwest, meaning a negative to the trough, eventually helping to severe weather. The surface response for some reason it just ain't that strong. I don't know why the GDPS has some. I think it has some bias to that. Let's look at the dew points very quick. The dew points, the moisture doesn't get that far north for some reason. The GDPS he just wants to kill this event. Let's look here at surface-based cape here on the GDPS. And although the moisture is poor in in Kansas, it shows 3,000 just per decade there. I don't know why. Let me get a sounding here, just along the dry line here, in that 30% risk. Photographs is decent, not amazing. 62 over 75 is probably going to be less than that. And look at the low level lapse rates, which killed off completely General Genesis today. And even though we had a strong tornado and I think that's still fall, something like that. 7.7 low level lapse rate, so it is sufficient for the planes. In the Dixie Alley, these would be amazing. We're not in the Dixie Alley, we're the planes. We're crying a little bit more low level lapse rates, right? That's the general idea. So, next model, we are going for the UK Mat. UK Mat has a little bit of a bias in some stuff, but the solution of the UK Mat is pretty similar to all of them. Negative to the trough, very well defined, very beautiful, stronger exit region than was shown by the Canadian model, the GDPS, and the surface response is also stronger than the surface. And honestly, this is amazing surface response. Look at the level flow, very close low. Looking at the moisture return, and you can see that it's pretty significant. Makes more sense, right? You have 3 days for the moisture to return. Very significant moisture return here in the 60s, just along the dry line. More similar to the Euro model, with the dry line being more to the west. We don't have a lot of things to look at. It is unfortunately it's just the same case of the Euro model, but the painting is pretty much the same thing. The UK Mat and the Euro model are the UK Mat, Icon and Euro are agreeing very well. Now let's go to our second friend and last friend, which has just finished up. Let me see if I'm recording. Yeah. Which has just finished up loading here in the GFS or 18Z H triple R, no, 18Z GFS. Let's go here to the 0Z on the GFS, and the GFS for some reason is super slow with the trough. I don't know why. It's been this way for pretty much all the runs since like yesterday. It's so slow with the trough. I don't know why. Let me show here. Model trend slideshow. This is the first. This is a few hours ago. Slow. The next one. Slow. Like, for some reason today, the GFS is being so conservative over the speed of the trough. It's almost hilarious. But yeah, you still see a pretty negative to the trough. Not as negative to it as other models showed, but still negative to it. The 850 milliwatt response is pretty bad. I expected more from the GFS, honestly. Considering how it's more aggressive than the Euro model. The moisture return is pretty significant, nothing to change. I'm gonna get the sounding here very quick. And there is not a lot. Cape is not amazing. Low level left is not that insane. The holograph is okay, not that much, not very poor. Yeah, that's the general idea. The GFS has been the outlier for like the last 2 to 3 days. It's just for some reason really slow. With the trough, we don't know why. Maybe it's a bias it has. But honestly, the GFS is painting a bigger severe weather threat on the day after. You can see right here with this trough projection. It's giving a bigger threat on on Tuesday, not Monday. And I do expect to see a 50%, maybe even a 30%, considering the imagery we're seeing here with the GFS and the Euro, and pretty much our models are agreeing with that. Let me go back to the Euro model here very quick to take a look here on Tuesday, right? The Euro Z. So the Euro model is a little bit more aggressive with the dry line after it goes through Oklahoma, which could end up eventually killing off the potential for Tuesday. But Tuesday, you can see completely different solution here if you compare both. I think Tuesday is just a little bit too far out. The models are not agreeing with that much. The Icon is. Let me see if Icon is doing Icon things. And the Icon is agreeing with the GFS, the Euro, let's discover, and is agreeing with none. Yeah, well, Tuesday is a very we don't know what is going to happen moment, because models will need to take their time. for us to discover that. But the GFS is mainly a very even more significant solution that is spending for a Monday. So yeah, we have 2 days to be looking out for. That's the general idea. I don't have much to say anymore. CV weather, Monday more guaranteed. Tuesday a little bit unsure, but and that's how we're going to go, guys. We are in spring. Now not early spring, and we already had 3 moderates in this year. We could have more. We started the year from January 1st to January to April 1st. We have none. Now we are on April 8th. We have we had 3 moderates in the space of 7 days. And yeah, that's how we're going to continue, guys. We don't have much to say. The spring, El Nino is about to die. You're going to have a very active spring. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.